Um, this is going to be a rant, and I'm gonna keep it real. Um, this is what I've discovered when it comes to people. If I have to buy your respect, or if you only respect me if I'm making money and all that stuff, then fuck your respect. Fuck you, fuck your respect, fuck everything. It's people nowadays, like the way how we were structured and programmed is like, in order for you to gain respect for a person is like it's based on how much money you make, what type of job you have, or whatever, or any other type of income. And I understand that to some degree, but at the same time, it's like, who are you to judge me to what? Who are you to judge me on how much money I have in my bank account? You get what I'm saying? Who are you to judge if I make money or not? Who are you to judge of how much money I can generate within a week or two? And it made me realize that motherfuckers are just full of shit and they fake and phony. And you got people will say that, oh, we have nothing in common and all this stuff. Okay, I get that. But it's the respect factor. If you do not respect me, you get the fuck on about your life. You know what I'm saying? It's all about the respect. And I realize that many people nowadays only respect money. And you know what too? That's the problem. That is the main problem why we don't get along. That's the main problem why there's so many problems. That's the main issue why there's so many problems in our communities and also in America as a whole. We respect the almighty dollar. We respect money to the point that it is our God. Listen, I understand the point about, people are being lazy and all this stuff. Okay, I get that. I really do. But at the same time, if those lazy people are not asking you for any money, if those lazy people are not complaining nor talking to you and all this stuff, just minding their own business, why the fuck you talking about them then? Why the fuck you disrespecting them? It just lets me know that you motherfuckers are so damn bored and love to talk about something that has nothing to do with you. I realize that people love to talk about things that has nothing to do with them. If that so-called lazy person, or if that so-called person that you don't like ain't fucking with you, ain't talking about you, ain't asking you for any money, why the fuck do you care? Why the fuck are you talking about that person? That person should be obsolete from your life. You know what I'm saying? It's like, man, it's like people love to talk about somebody. They love to talk about some things that has nothing to do with them. They love to denigrate people's character. They love to talk about things. Like I said before, just love to talk about things that don't pertain to them. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it could be anything, man. They can say, oh, why you ain't got this? Why you ain't got no car? Why you ain't got no TV? I'm like, what the fuck? First of all, when it comes to situations like that, like TVs and all that stuff, that's minuscule. And when it comes to cars and all that stuff, maybe that person has a phobia of driving. Maybe that person, have anxiety attacks when it comes to driving. You never know. But it's like, people just tend to talk about shit just for the sake of talking and try to make themselves feel better. And it's like, okay, that's fucked up. But if I have to get your respect because of your money, even though I never asked you for any money, and I stay to myself, but you still want to disrespect me and all that stuff, then to hell with you. To hell with you. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Like, oh, we don't have nothing in common and all that stuff. Nah, motherfucker. It's just that you full of shit, and you just want to have something to talk about, and you just don't like me. That's about it. So go on ahead about your life, and I'll go on about mine. It made me realize now a lot of these people, they don't have good hearts. Many people in this world do not have good hearts. They're very cold hearted. And they love to go against people that have good hearts. See, I realized something about too. I realized something about humans. When people know when you're good, and when they see that light in you, they hate that because their hearts is full of greed. Their hearts is full of greed, and their souls is black, and they can't stand the light. It was something I forgot. What's his name? Jordan Maxwell, Jordan Peterson. I forgot his name. I forgot the white guy's name. But he said it. He said out of his 50 years of living, he realized that people cannot stand the truth and the light, because most people, like a lot of people in this world, are shrouded in darkness. So when you display and expose the truth and the light to them, they hate it. People hate the truth, but they love the lies. They love the lies, man. And what I'm saying right now, it kind of coincides to what I'm talking about in the main video. It's like people love lies. And going back to what I said, when it comes to people like disrespecting you because you don't hell with them, man. So you're not fucking with them, you're not bothering them, you're not disrespecting them, you're doing your thing, you're not asking them for any money, you making it on your own and all that stuff. But if they still want to talk negative about you, man, hey man, to hell with them. You don't have to be bothered with those people. You don't have to be bothered with them. And that's why society is so fucked up right now. That's how it is. The same people that you complain about, and they're not focusing on you. The same people that you're complaining about, those are the ones that can actually help you out in the end. I realize that. You got people that love to talk about others. That's not even thinking about them. But instead of trying to talk down to them or try to bully them and try to discredit their character, why don't you you know what I realize, man? You can actually learn a thing or two when it comes to those so-called people that you disrespect, that you disrespected. You get what I'm saying? Like the ones you like to talk down upon, the ones that you like to discredit and disrespect, man, you can actually learn a thing or two from them. So you can learn a thing or two from them. And I ain't talking about money, I'm talking about behavior. I'm talking about the way how you learn new things, man, to broaden your horizon, to expand your viewpoints on life. Because I understand that in America it's all about commerce, but I realize, man, everything is not always about commerce. See, we was programmed to think that everything is about commerce. I say it again. We were programmed to think that everything is about money and commerce. But I realize some things money cannot buy. For example, like I said before, culture, code of conduct, blood lineage, identity. Can you buy that for a fucking dollar? No, the fuck you can't. No, the fuck you can't. You can't buy that shit for no motherfucking dollar, man. That takes a collective of people. It takes a collective. And when I mean by collective, I'm talking about a group of people. There are some things that money cannot buy. But we're so programmed, we're so foolish and dumbed down and programmed to the point that we think that everything is about commerce. And it's not. It is not. There's some things that are sacred. There are some things that money cannot buy. And this is off the subject, man. This is off the subject. When it comes to water, fruits, and vegetables, guess what? It comes from the earth. It comes from the ground. It comes from the earth. But guess what? We're so fucked up. We made that into a money pit. We created that into a commerce. Basically, we have to pay for natural ingredients. We have to pay for natural resources. Think about it. Natural resources is natural. It comes from the earth. We should be paying for that shit. But we've been programmed to believe into that shit. And we've been programmed to believe in the lie that everything's about commerce. No, everything is not about commerce. Listen, all I'm trying to say is that I've been saying before and I say it again. Many people love lies. They would rather believe the sensational lie than the simplistic truth. And also made me believe that many people won't change. And the only main reason why people will respect you is because if making money, got a job and all that stuff, and that's it. And I get that to some degree, about being lazy. If you don't work, you don't eat. I get that. I get it. But at the same time, like I said before, if that person is not begging for you any money, if that person is minding his own business, trying to focus on what they trying to do and all that stuff, why talk about them? Leave that broke person alone. Why denigrate that person's character? That person ain't thinking about you. He or she worried about his own damn self. Like I said before, people just love to talk about certain things that don't pertain to them. They want to destroy. They want to. I realize people like that are just full of shit, and their lives are miserable. You like to focus on that particular person or that group of people, just because they don't ascribe to your way of living. People respect. People respect you if you're making monies and dollars, making dollars and money and all that bullshit. I get it to some degree, but at the same time, it's like, why should I buy your respect? Like, you know what I'm saying? Respect comes from your character, not about how much you got in your wallet, not about how much you got in your bank account. I give two shits about that. And if people don't like me for what I'm saying, please get the fuck off my channel. I'm doing this to express myself, and that's about it. And that's all I gotta say about that, man. That's all I gotta say. So yeah, man. So I thank you so much, and have a good day.